With recent updates in key server operating systems, high availability, harnessing redundant servers in a group or cluster so if one server goes down, another server can take its place with no loss of data, has reached a new level of affordability for the end user. Why is high availability so important? If the server goes down, it creates a myriad of problems. The end user loses access to data, can't post sales, company communications could fail. At the end of the day, it's a story of lost opportunity. A parts store could have a cash register, inventory, payroll, and finances all on the same server. Every night, the data gets uploaded to corporate headquarters. With a high availability failover system in place, if the server goes down, the backup system will take over and continue to run the business uninterrupted. So how do you build a high availability system? You have two servers, each with a RAID card connected to a JBOD with a dual-ported backplane. Those servers are communicating with each other over a dedicated network. The two servers know when the other server is up, running, and communicating. If one server goes down, the other takes over in just a few seconds with zero loss of data. You can have two server boards in two separate servers or two boards in the same chassis. You have 8 ports into the JBOD from each of the RAID cards. Inside the JBOD, there is a backplane that has 2 ports to get to the drives. One RAID controller goes into one side of the backplane, the other RAID controller goes into the other side of the backplane. Each drive has 2 ports on it, so the data on that drive can be made available to either RAID card. The two servers present something called a failover cluster server to the network. To the network, it looks like one storage volume. When a request is made to that storage volume, the storage volume then determines which server it goes through to get to the data, so it can go to whichever server is available. Each of those RAID cards creates what's called a wide port. So now instead of having one 600 megabyte per second port into the JBOD, you've got 8 600 megabyte per second ports into the JBOD. It's a wider pipe to fill up with data, increasing the data flow and the performance of the system. We've created something called a deployment guide that gives step-by-step instructions on how to set this up. It talks about how you physically cable everything together, how you go in and set up the RAID volume, where you boot from, how you enable the volume to be seen by everybody on the network, and how you share it, and other aspects of configuring the operating system to work in a high availability solution environment. You'll find these deployment guides along with additional information about businesses successfully using Intel RAID high availability at intel.com/go/RAID. We encourage you to visit this website today and begin your path to architecting less expensive and easier to use business critical solutions.